I've always been skeptical of so-called true horror stories. Most of them sound exaggerated, like they're written to scare you for clicks. But what I'm about to tell you happened to me, and it still haunts me. Every single time my phone rings at night. It all started in the winter of 2018, a time when my life felt stuck. I was living alone in a small apartment outside of Denver, Colorado. I worked night shifts at a call center, came home by 2 a.m., ate dinner, scrolled my phone, and passed out. My phone was my only company most nights. Until one night, it called me back. It was exactly 3:17 a.m. I remember because I had just laid down, the glow of my TV still flickering on the wall. That's when my phone rang. Phone ringing sound, single tone repeated. I looked at the screen. No name, just unknown caller. I almost didn't pick up, but curiosity won. I swiped right, pressed it to my ear. Hello? Nothing, only static. Then, a faint breath. I sat up. Hello, who is this? No answer, just the same soft breathing. It wasn't like a prank call. It was slow, deliberate. After maybe 10 seconds, the line went dead. I tried to call back. The screen flashed. This number cannot be reached. I shrugged it off as a glitch. Maybe spam, maybe wrong number. But deep down, I felt uneasy. Something about the way the caller breathed, and it sounded too close, too familiar. 2 nights later, around the same time, the call came again. Phone rings again, longer this time. Unknown caller. I hesitated, then answered. Static again, but this time a voice faint, almost whispering. Why did you leave the door open? I froze. My body went cold. I looked around my room as door shut, locked. Who is this? I demanded silence, then click. The call ended. My heart was pounding. I turned on every light in the apartment. Checked the front door and it was locked. Windows and locked. Everything was fine, but that voice, it sounded off. Like it wasn't speaking through a phone at all. Like it was inside the room with me. For the next few nights, nothing happened. But I couldn't sleep properly anymore. Every time my phone buzzed, even from friends, I flinched. Then one night, something worse happened. It was around 2:45 a.m. I had just turned off the lights when I heard footsteps above me. The problem was, I lived on the top floor. Slow, dragging steps. Like someone walking barefoot, pacing. I grabbed my phone, started recording. The sound stopped immediately. Then my phone lit up. Unknown caller. I didn't answer. It rang once, twice, 3 times. Then it stopped. But right after the 3rd ring came a knock, knock, knock. Knock at my door, soft, slow, not urgent, almost polite. I froze, clutching my phone. I didn't move. Then a voice from behind the door, the same whisper as before. Why did you leave the door open? My knees went weak. This time I knew it wasn't coming from the phone. It was right outside. I didn't make a sound. I just backed away, slowly, step by step, until I reached my bedroom. I locked the door, dialed 911 with shaking hands. By the time police arrived, the hallway was empty. No footprints. No signs of a break-in. But the officer noticed something. The front door lock, scratched. Like someone had been trying to pick it. After that night, I bought cameras. A small one for the living room, one for the door. I figured, if this was some psycho trying to mess with me, I'd catch them. Days passed quietly, till until one morning I woke up to 5 missed calls, all from unknown. Same time, 3:17 a.m., I checked the camera footage. At exactly 3:16, my door camera flickered, static for 2 seconds, then nothing. No one there. But the audio picked up something else, whispering right outside the door. Not words, and just muttering, low and rhythmic like chanting. I turned up the volume. That's when I heard it clearly. "You shouldn't have answered." I swear the voice was right next to the mic. A few nights later I got another call, but this one wasn't from unknown. It was from my own number. At first I thought my phone bugged out. I stared at it for a long minute. Then, against all logic, I answered. "Hello?" Static. Then found my own voice. "Why did you leave the door open?" I dropped the phone. The call kept playing and the voice laughing, distorted, metallic. I pulled the battery out of the phone, turned it off, unplugged everything. I couldn't sleep that night. Next morning I told my neighbor about the calls. Her face went pale. She said, "You didn't know, did you? The guy who lived in your apartment before you. He killed himself. Right there by the door. Apparently he used to get phone calls too. Always at 3:17 a.m. He told the landlord someone was watching him, trying to get in. Then one night he left his door open. They found him the next morning, phone still in his hand. I tried moving out immediately, but the lease wasn't up for another week. So I stayed and barely sleeping, barely breathing, until the final night. That night I set my phone far away and turned off. I lay in bed, lights on. It was almost 3:17, clock ticking sound, faint heartbeat. And then my phone, and even though it was off, started to ring slowly, loudly. Distorted ringing tone fills the air. I didn't move, didn't answer. The ring stopped. And then from the door, a click. The sound of the lock turning. I wanted to scream but couldn't. The door creaked open, footsteps, soft, slow, coming closer. Then a whisper, right by my ear, "You left it open again." When I woke up, it was morning. The door was wide open, phone dead. Everything else untouched. I moved out that same day. New number, new city, new life, but sometimes late at night, I hear my new phone buzz, unknown caller. 3:17 a.m. and I never ever answer. If you ever get a call at 3:17 a.m., don't answer, because some calls aren't coming from this world.